Hi, and welcome to Lippy Presents Ghost News Network. Today is our paranormal news and discussion. Tom, you got a topic for us? What do you got?
I do. So, very interesting little fact when it comes to UFO activity, and specifically Long Island and Suffolk County, where we are, that Suffolk County is not only has the most reported UFO sightings in New York State, but actually Suffolk County has more reported UFO sightings than 12 whole states in the country.
Yeah,
So.
I think the only one that outright, I think the
12 states.
yeah, that's true too. I think one of the reasons why that's true is because of Brookhaven National Labs. Supposedly there's a lot of paranormal activity that revolves around that area.
Nope.
No? That's what they say. That's some of
We
the...
went to a paranormal lecture last night.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's right,
Yes.
you did, yeah.
And what the work that this lady did, her name is Cheryl Costa.
Costa, yeah.
Amazing work. She took all reports and literally broke it down. Like, broke it down to towns, what was seen, like all the different shapes of UFOs that there are, which is that probably got to be like, what, 20 of them? What was like seen, the date, the time, everything. It really broke down the analysis. And then she made grids of like every single state, every single like county. It was ridiculous. So in Suffolk, out of the top 40 places in, I think it's mixed between Suffolk and Nassau County, like Long Island, three places in, or all of New York, I think it was, all of New York in the top 40, you had Bayshore. There was 3 in the top 40.
Dix Hills.
Bayshore, was it Dix Hills?
Dix Hills and Lindenhurst.
And Lindenhurst.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm like,
Montauk.
Montauk's not on there. South Haven's not on there. Brookhaven National Labs not on there. You think Shoreham Nuclear Power Plant,
Yeah.
Shoreham's not on there. Huntington, Melville are not on there, and that
Really?
seems to be where the most UFO sightings are occurring is at Mount Misery. I mean, that's one
Right.
of the locations because James Hill is right there. It's the highest point on Long Island. No.
Wow.
Because there's
reports. No. Now, doesn't mean that 3,000 people can say they see something if they don't write it down. It never happened.
Right,
And
that's true.
that's the biggest thing. These are actual reports. So, I was kind of shocked to hear Bayshore.
Yeah, like what's
Right.
so special about
What the
Bayshore?
hell is so special
Because-
about that?
You hear all the people talk about things about Brookhaven National Labs, and I've seen on
Yeah.
some UFO shows where they
Oh, yeah.
say,
They talk about
because they're like that, Silicon Valley and California and stuff like that, those are like hot spots. But that's interesting to find out.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
really is.
Especially with Brookhaven National Labs, right next to it, they have the Department of Energy.
Right, right.
So you would definitely think like that would be a hotspot.
It would be a draw, yeah.
If there are, there's no reports of it. I mean, I'm sure there are, but there's not enough to
Right.
get it in
Do
there.
people write it off in their head because it's Brookhaven National Lab on Long Island? You know what I mean? Like, is that
There's no
something?
runway over there. I mean, it's not
No.
like Area 51 where it's like,
Right.
all right.
Well,
you
it's
know,
specifically
I mean,
Upton area over there in Brookhaven.
Right.
Maybe they're just not specifically reporting it in that area.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. But these are based on actual reports, which I
Right.
think is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Very
It
cool.
was an awesome. I think she has a book. I actually want to get the book.
Yeah.
It breaks down all 50 states, and this is where all the information is. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't even know if I was just thinking, running in my head. I'm like, yo, if I would do that for LIPI and all of our reports, I'd be here for the next decade.
Did she say how long it took her to compile all the information and like
It
actually
wasn't
print it out?
that long. Like it wasn't that long. I think it was like a little over a year or something like that.
Really?
And like
Yeah.
she said, like 46 hours a day. And so
Yeah, and they use certain logarithms and stuff that are like, it's kept confidential. Like the information is not the information is there, but how they got there,
Yeah.
they're not leaking that information. I wouldn't either. You know, you
No.
worked on it, you figured it out. Why the hell should you?
Right.
But, it's pretty interesting data and information. But
Very cool.
I don't know.
and you really, for it to hit that close to home, you know, to see
Yeah.
like where the hotbed of activity for, you know, not only New York State, but really across the country, one of the more active areas is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild. You know.
It makes me think.
So on the ride home tonight, guys, look up in the sky.
What have I been missing all these years?
But I mean, my biggest thing was how many of those reports can be faked. Because you know you got to take that into consideration. People are faking reports, so some of the data is not real. And then my question is, when you're making a report, is it a universal report? Same form I fill out here, is it the same form that they're filling out in California, Arizona, North Dakota? You know, is it the same form or is it just a generic report?
Right.
That's my biggest question. Is you have to have a universal form. If you don't have a universal form, that needs to happen. If
Right.
you want to be taken seriously as like real research for UFOs, you have to have a universal form. Like I know MUFON's one of the biggest organizations out there. There's the other one. I forgot the name of it. I don't remember the name of it, but it's like right under MUFON. If all of the reports should be the same. Like if we start to taking reports, it should be based off
That's
of
what
one
they said, yeah.
report. That's how it should be.
So do they
This
have
way
a
you
place
can
that
coincide
Do
everything.
they have a place you can go and just report UFO
I
sightings?
don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I mean, you can call MUFON. I know
You can go
that
to
much.
MUFON's website. There's a form I think you can fill out right from their website.
But then there is that other organization that's just as big as MUFON.
Yeah.
And is it the same report or is it something totally different? You know, you
I
can't
know.
really.
I know speaking of reports, she said a lot of times people don't do the report because it's so lengthy.
Tedious,
They look
yeah.
at it and say, no, I'm not filling all that out.
Well,
So-
but we have the same thing that happens with
Oh, yeah.
case requests.
And ours is only 50 questions, so I
Right.
can't imagine how many questions they
Yeah.
ask. You know?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Wow.
It's interesting. It's definitely
You
interesting.
can always tell how serious somebody is about it when they're willing to fill out the type of paperwork. I think that lends a little bit more to the strengthening the claims that they had something
and
happen
it
if they're willing
definitely
to
cuts
take
down
the
the
time.
falsification
Yeah,
of it. I
'cause-
mean, you are going to get those people.
Of course,
We've dealt
yeah,
with
of
it.
course.
You know, here, fill out this questionnaire. No problem. They fake everything on it.
Right.
You know, you're going to get that, and you take account. But if you're getting thousands and thousands of reports, you're talking about a handful.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was good. I'm glad we went. We definitely learned some interesting things.
That's cool.
So.
That's cool.
But-
Awesome. Anybody have anything else they want to add? No? All right, so thank you for joining us on this latest edition of Ghost News Network. If you haven't yet, you can leave us a comment. You can also like, share, and subscribe. And you can also click the little notification bell to know when all of our content is being uploaded to YouTube. So thank you guys very much for joining us on this latest edition. And until next time, take care, guys.